Hey guys, welcome to the show. And today we're going to go over AWS Agentic AI using AgentCore and Strands SDK diagram. This is Agentic AI diagram. This is actually part of a AWS Bedrock Workshop. Over here you go agents. And then when we click over here, it's going to come over here, the diagram. It has a whole workshop. This is a Bedrock AgentCore Workshop that I got it from. So the goal of the video is just to show you guys the flow, how this is working at a high level. I'm not going to go too much into technical details because that's not the goal of the video. The goal of the video is to show you on a high level how this is functioning. AWS Agentic AI using AgentCore SDK, how it is working. So this will be very good video even if you're a developer engineer, but also even if you're a manager or VP, you just want to get a high level overview how this agentic AI in AWS work. This video will be a good one for you guys. So with that said, let's get started. First, let's identify each of the bits and pieces of this diagram. Um, so first is we create agent core. First is agent, right? So the agent we create using AWS Strand SDK. AWS has a library called Strands, and we create an agent using Strand SDK. Now the agent can be created using any open source framework. So you can use Strands to create an agent. You can also use LangChain to create an agent, or you can even use Crew AI to create an agent. Okay, so that's one thing. You can create an agent using any open source framework. Then the agent will get deployed. When you want to deploy it, you're going to deploy it to AgentCore. So AWS AgentCore, that's what the relationship is. The agent is deployed into AgentCore, and this is all in AWS Cloud. So when we create an agent, uh, we give it, we associated different tools to the agent. Tools are just functions. Okay, so for instance, these three functions we created ourselves in code: create booking, get booking details, delete booking. These tools we created ourselves, functions. And then these two functions are built-in functions from Strands library. Current time, and it also has a retrieve. Retrieve automatically gets stuff from the knowledge base. Now, speaking of that, and then like we associated these four tools with the agent. Now, these three tools, when we create the function, we put function description. So each of the function have description, and the built-in one will have internal description as well. So that's one thing. Now let's see over here in the retrieve and the knowledge base. This is RAG. Now this architecture has well, actually, even before we go database, this agent, let's complete the agent first. So the agent has all these tools. It has one more thing. We associate an LLM with the agent. So when we create the agent, we associate an LLM. This LLM could be, for instance, Anthropic Claude LLM from Bedrock. So when we create the agent, we associate that this has these five tools the agent can execute, and it has this LLM. Then this rag piece, rag, the way this works is, let's say we have a list of Word documents with a list of restaurants, and like one document could be list of restaurants in San Francisco. So all the documents we uploaded to S3, and then this is a vector database. The vector database has vector embeddings. So what happens is normally, and when we upload all the document in S3, we run an ingestion job, AWS. And that what that ingestion job is going to do is it's going to convert all those documents to vector embeddings, and it's going to store it in a vector database. Over here, the vector database is Amazon open source, but this vector database can be Pinecone too, any other one too. The thing is, when we execute queries, the queries are going to be to the vector embedding. They're not going to be to the raw Word documents. So the other part is when we create this RAG, the first step is to create a knowledge base, and then we associate where's the source data. The source data is in S3 bucket, and then the vector embeddings are stored in open source. So all this configuration is stored in Bedrock. So when the agent is gonna execute the retrieve, is gonna have a query and then use a query, like get some data and it's gonna call retrieve, then it's gonna get all the data from the knowledge base and send back the data. So this is the part of the RAG. Now these three, this is the S3 bucket. Now the other database we're using is DynamoDB. This is a NoSQL database. The three tools that we create ourselves, create booking, get details, delete booking, it interacts with the NoSQL DynamoDB database. So this is this part. So these are all the bits and pieces over here. Now let's talk a little bit about different features of it, how little flow is going, and then we're going to go over how a real query is executed, what the flow is for the real query. Uh, let's see a little bit of concepts over here. First of all, the agent is the one that actually executes the tool. So if I want to create a booking, the agent executes the create booking, it calls the function. LLM does not call the function. On the other hand, who decides if whenever the user asks a query, who decides which function to call? Agent doesn't decide that. What happens is when the user sends a query, this query is the agent forwards it to the LLM, the user query, and it also forwards that I have all these 5 tools and the tool description and all the parameters needed for each function. And you give it to the LLM, then the LLM takes the user query and then see which tool can satisfy the result and then identifies, let's say it's a create booking, then the LLM sends back the response to agent, say, hey, execute create booking, that will give you the result. So then the agent will execute it, that function, and then it'll get the response. Then the agent will get the result and is going to forward the result and the initial query to the LLM, and the LLM will create the final answer, send it back to the agent, and the agent will send it back to the response. So that's like a whole overview. Now let's see how a real query works. Let's say the user said, uh, give me a list of restaurants in San Francisco. Okay, give me a list of restaurants in San Francisco. That's the in English language. So that's the query. It goes to the agent. Okay. Now the agent takes the query and and gives it to LLM, and it also gives all list of all the tools that the agent has that the agent can call to the LLM with the tool description parameters. LLM will decide a list of restaurants in San Francisco. None of these can do it. Oh, but retrieve can get you the result. So LLM is going to say, send back to the agent that, hey, call the retrieve function to get the list of restaurants. Then the agent is going to call the retrieve function from the knowledge base. It's going to search the vector embedding with the query and is going to get the results. Then the agent is going to take the result and the initial query and send all that information to the LLM, and the LLM is going to make the final answer, is going to create the final answer, then it's going to send it back to the agent, and then the agent will send it back to the user. So that one was a RAG case. The other one is, let's say the user says, create me a booking for the 4th of March. Again, the English language is going to go to the agent. Agent is going to forward it, the user query to the LLM, as well as all the tool information and description and parameters. LLM will decide to create a booking. Oh, you got to call this function, create booking. So LLM is going to send back the response to agent, execute the create booking. So the agent will call the create booking function, is going to create it in database and get the response. And then the agent is going to get the response and the initial query, send it back to the LLM. And the LLM will create the final response saying that the booking has been created and sent back to the agent, and then the agent will send back the result to the user. So this is the whole flow going on over here, agentic AI using AgentCore and Strands SDK. Now, the other thing I wanted to point out is that this agent you can create using Strands SDK. or LangChain or QAI. But in Bedrock, if you go have a look at, this is AWS Bedrock. Bedrock also has Bedrock Agents. See, this is Bedrock Agent. This was initially like before we had AgentCore. We used this was the beginning of the agentic AI. But now this, if you create a Bedrock agent, you cannot deploy this Bedrock agent to AgentCore. You have to convert this agent core into either strands or LangChain code. And agent core has a utility that can help you convert this Bedrock agent into strands or LangChain code. And over here, you can see over here, if you have existing Bedrock agent, the utility will convert it to LangChain strands. So once the Bedrock agent is converted, then you can deploy it to agent core. So just of FYI, and the reason is because I think AWS initially they had started with this in the very beginning, agentic AI, but then they changed directions when they did AgentCore. Now they're recommending this is Strands SDK. Even though it's a separate website, this is AWS Strands SDK, and this is AgentCore. So this was a little like hopefully you get a good high level understanding of how this is functioning on a high level. And in the future, I may make more videos going over walkthrough to architecture diagram, and that might help you understand the flow. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe because I will be creating more valuable videos like this one. And I will see you guys later. Thank you. Bye bye.